it is.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Happy birthday, by the way. Was it 21, 22 now?
Thank you. Take those flowers.
Comedian, director, actor, producer, presenter, musician, philanthropist, chancellor. If you, if you had an ideal description of who Sir Lenny Henry is, what would you say it was?
I think hyphens will come into that description. I do a lot of stuff, and I'm trying not to be a jack of all trades, master of none. But I love working, and I love to see what I can do and push myself. So this was massive. This is a huge world. And I've wanted to be in a world like this since I was 8, because I'd read comics and books and I'd not see myself. So to see the Human Torch say flame on, or to see Spider-Man swing, I always thought, wouldn't it be great to be able to do that? And finally, in the 21st century, people are going, you know what? These stories should look like the real world. And how great is that?
Taking into account that you've career spanning over 6 decades, going back to hosting Tiswas in 1978, what would you say still? What would you say that still motivates you in the industry?
I just love the idea of a new challenge, and to be asked to be in something like this was extraordinary. I never expected to be in a Lord of the Rings, a Tolkien-esque style story. So to be invited to come and film in New Zealand for 3 years because of lockdown was amazing. And I was made to feel welcome, and they really facilitated and made sure that we were made to feel welcome, and it was a lovely experience. I really can't say anything bad about it. It was great.
Thank you. How different would you say playing a Hobbit in arguably one of the biggest fantasy series out there is anything that you've done previously into your career?
Well, first of all, we're Harfoots. We're a nomadic, basically feral proto-Hobbit. We're 1,000 years before those guys. So we are nomadic, we're tough, we are very much about survival. If anything terrible happens in our neighborhood, we get a cart, we pick it up, and we walk the 150 miles to the next place where there's fresh water and trees with fruit on them. So we are tough people. We don't want to be in any trouble. We want to survive, so we just run if there's trouble. But what's great about Tolkien stories is eventually the little guys are going to be involved in the big story. And you're going to have to watch it, but it's awesome.
Thank you. Just one more question, sir. I know it's been quite a while since you found out you was going to be cast in the show, but could you just tell us a little bit about the moment that you found out?
It was amazing. My girlfriend had set up cameras in the kitchen, phones on top of books and iPads on the broomstick, and then we did the audition, and I kind of went, well, if anything happens, great. And then when they rang, I was in my pajamas, and I did a dance around the kitchen. It wasn't quite the candy dance, but it was trying to It was literally that in the kitchen for quite a long time without any music. So I was literally making the music myself. It was joyful. We need some joy in our lives, right?
Being part of one of the biggest fantasies on the planet, does that put a different type of pressure on you?
You know what? Even if it does, these guys just didn't make me feel like I was under any burden at all. It was hard work, don't get me wrong, because being a Harfoot is new. Nobody knows what a Harfoot is, how they talk. So we had to learn all these new skills, movement, dialect, the way we looked. And every aspect of this production made it like a gift. Here's your costume. Here's the way you look. And it was just glorious to be part of it. They made it really easy for us, and I'm very grateful for it.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Really enjoyed it. Thank you.